Hello everybody and welcome to Snack Tube. It is part 2 of our camping food series. The last one we did a fire pot vegan orzo bolognese. It was rubbish. I don't know if I really put across just how bad that was in the video, but it was disgusting. I finished it afterwards and yeah, it really wasn't nice in any way whatsoever. So I'm hoping this one will be better, but also I am already quite annoyed at this one. So this is Wayfarer, real food for the great outdoors. It's their all-day breakfast. So it's beans in a rich tomato sauce with succulent pork sausages, bacon, and omelette. So this you have to make it by putting it into a pan and then cooking it over a stove. It says place on a camping stove and heat gently, stirring through until piping hot, and then decant into a bowl and enjoy. So you have to do this on a camping stove. I guess if you built a fire, you could do it over a fire if you had the right pan, but that's how you're supposed to make it. I'm obviously not in the great outdoors right now, so I cooked it on my stovetop using our gas hob. But I'll tell you for why I am annoyed at this. This costs, I think it was £7. Yes, I got 4 things like this in a buy one, get one half price deal. So I paid £19 for all 4 of them. But on its own, this would normally cost £7. £7 for beans. It is ridiculous. But I did it anyway because I wanted to try it, see what it is for you guys, so you don't have to. But unless this tastes like the greatest baked beans ever in the whole entire world that has ever been created, and it actually is like God in my mouth. Maybe that's the wrong, yeah, maybe don't use that phrasing. But unless this is the greatest taste sensation ever created, £7 is way too much for this. I mean, it's 300 grams and a tin of beans, or even a tin of an all-day breakfast that you can get, one of those all-day breakfast things from, is it Hunger Breaks or something? I can't remember the brand. Those are 400 grams, so they actually have more food in them, and they cost about a quarter of the price, like £1.50 maybe. Used to be £1 before the cost of living crisis and all that. So they're really, really cheap. For £7, this feels like a rip-off, but I guess we'll taste it and we'll see. So I guess I should stop rambling and actually review the things. So it says here, it's designed with the great outdoors in mind. Wayfarer will help keep you going no matter the extremes. Wayfarer meals are preserved naturally by slow cooking each meal inside the pouch. Okay, it told me not to cook it in the pouch, but okay. This slow cook process works in partnership with our foil barrier packaging to lock in the flavour and ensure the food inside remains as fresh as the day it was cooked. So they actually put it in the pouch and then cook it before they ship it out to you. Is that what they're saying? Wayfarer meals can be eaten straight from the pouch, hot or cold, so you can head outdoors confident that there's a great tasting, nutritious meal always on hand for when you need it. I guess that's one thing, you could eat it without having to heat it up if you're in an emergency situation. But you could do that with a tin of beans as well. They're beans. They're not, you don't actually need to heat up beans to eat them. I mean, it's disgusting, but you don't actually need to. So there's your list of ingredients. I think it's all fairly straightforward. It's 32% beans, 12% pork sausages, and there's an omelette in there as well. I don't know how much the percentages of that. 8% omelette, and 5% diced bacon. Cool. No artificial colours or flavours. It's all the same colour. Bean juice has a tendency to turn everything orange. Let's go through the nutritional information, if there is any. Yeah, okay. Nutritional information. So we've got per 100 grams. I'm obviously just going to eat this whole thing, but we'll go per 100 grams. So that's 135 calories. So that would be, what, 405 calories? It's okay. 6 grams of fat, which is about 18 grams. 2.2 grams of saturates, so 6.6 grams for the whole thing. 11 grams of carbs, 3.4 grams of that sugar. 3.1 grams fiber, 8.1 grams protein, and 0.86 grams salt. So you can do the rest of the maths there if you really are so inclined. It's D of E recommended kit. I don't know what that means. Something to do. Oh, Duke of Edinburgh. Ah, Duke of Edinburgh award. I've done the Duke of Edinburghs. I did that in school. Cool. Okay. So there you go. Yeah, right now I'm not seeing why you would want to take this camping instead of just a tin of beans. I guess with this you wouldn't have to pack a tin opener. But who goes camping without a Swiss Army knife, that has a tin opener on it? You've got to have your Swiss Army knife, surely. Right? Any good camper has a Swiss Army knife. So yeah, I'm not entirely seeing the point of this, or at least why they charge so much for it. £7. And where did they get that pricing from? Just where does that come from? You can't just mark up the cost of something like crazy without good reason. I don't understand. But anyway, so there's two ways you can cook this. You can either decant it into a pan and cook it over heat, or you can put the pan in boiling. You can put the pouch in a pan of boiling water for 7 to 8 minutes, cook it in the pouch, and then take it out and then just eat it straight out of the pouch. Which, again, is like I said in the last video, is a good way to cook it if you come across a boiling stream. There's plenty of them in nature. Not really. But yeah, if you went into a hot spring isn't boiling though. So, anyway. Storage instructions are the usual stuff, yeah, cool, dry place. It does have a long shelf life, 2026, so it's got a good couple of years on the shelf life. So I'll give it that. But there you go. All right. I guess you'll want to see what it actually looks like. Boom. It looks like beans. It doesn't look like anything different from what you would expect. It's beans. Look, there's a sausage. A sausage. That looks like a wee chunk of bacon there. You see that? Don't know how easy it is to tell on camera. That looks like a chunk of bacon instead of a bean. But then this is the omelette. The omelette is a big flappy semicircle. Yeah. Doesn't look very appetizing, I'm not gonna lie. It smells okay though. Alright, let's do it. So this is an all-day breakfast from Wayfarer. Let's give it the old taste test, shall we? I'll start with just try and get a spoonful of just beans. There you go, beans. Yeah, okay. Flavour is fine. Doesn't taste like Heinz. Tastes like generic store brand beans, but I like those, so I'm not complaining at the flavour. Not gonna lie, the actual beans, the consistency of them is fine. They're cooked properly, but they're a little bit squished. And that was probably my fault. Although, really, it's the design of the packaging's fault, because I really had to this package, the stuff did not come out easily at all. I had to really give it a good shake and get the spoon in there and scrape it. I was trying hard not to squeeze it out, but some squishing was inevitable. So that happened. So the beans are a bit squishy, but they taste fine. Let's try a wee bacon chunk. Funny texture. Very stringy. Not really much bacony flavour. It just says bacon. It doesn't. Is it smoky? Is it meant to be smoky bacon? Because for me, when it comes to bacon, it has to be smoked bacon. Unsmoked bacon is pointless and tastes disgusting. So it's got to be smoked. That doesn't feel smoked. Doesn't have really much of a flavour to it, and texture is a bit weird. It's a bit stringy. So let's try one of the sausages. I like beans and sausages. I love these wee cheap sausages you get in tins of home brand beans and stuff. Okay. About the texture you would expect from those kinds of sausages that you get in tins of beans. maybe a bit, maybe not quite enough bite. Maybe they're not spongy, but maybe a bit loose isn't the right word, but they come apart a bit too easily. There's no real bite to them, which is a shame. Flavor wise, they're okay. Tastes like pork, but ultimately mainly just tastes like beans. All right, now for the bit I've been dreading. Let's try the omelette. I'm gonna get a chunk off. Well, I mean, it's got the texture of a dry omelette, like a microwavable dry omelette. It's got the texture of that. I'm assuming it doesn't have any cheese in it. Can't have an omelette without cheese, right? Surely. Egg, milk, rapeseed oil, salt, thickener, and pepper. That's it. Yeah. Bland. Doesn't really taste of anything. Doesn't even taste of egg. Got the texture of an egg omelette, but it doesn't taste like egg. Yeah. Well, overall, I don't see the point in this. I really don't. I mean, it's incredibly expensive for what you get. You can get the same quality of product with the similar kind of shelf life, and I don't know, you know, this has a 2-year expiration date on it, right? But who's going camping or buying this stuff thinking, you know what, maybe I'll go camping in 2 years, I should have these. No, if you're going camping, you go out and get your stuff in preparation, right? Because people who go proper camping and hiking and with all the big bag and all the gear and the camping stuff, the people that do that, those kind of people are prepared, right? They get all their meals sorted, all their different pairs of socks, all their wellies and their boots and all this stuff. They get it. These are prepared people. So I just don't see why you would even bother with this. I mean, if you don't want to carry tins about, I mean, just open a can of all-day breakfast or a can of beans and sausages and decant it into a tub or, you know, a Ziploc bag. You can chuck a Ziploc bag in a pot of boiling water, no bother. Or just put it straight into your pan and eat that first. I don't know. But yeah, I just don't see the point of that for the money. As far as the flavours go, I'm not going to sit here and talk too much about the flavour. It tastes what you think it will taste like. It tastes like beans. You know, no matter what you try and put in a tin of beans, everything just comes out tasting like beans. You know, the sausages, the bacon, the omelette, it all just tastes like beans. It tastes like bean juice. It doesn't taste like Heinz. It tastes closer to a store brand than a Heinz brand. Frankly, I prefer a store brand anyway, so I'm not complaining at that flavour. I quite like the flavour. So it's nice enough, but it's pointless. So yeah, flavour, texture, all of that, I would say is fine. It's nothing special. It is what it is. But I would give this a big fat no and never have it again, because that is a rip-off for what it is. I mean, I don't go camping really. So if there's anyone who does do this more often and eats these things more often than I do, please do let me know why. Because is there some advantage to these that I'm missing? It just doesn't feel like, yeah, there's reasons why you would maybe want a pouch instead of a tin, but in other products that you get, like the orzo I had the other day, you don't get that in a tin. So I can kind of get the reason behind that. Even though that thing was disgusting, if you got something nice, I can kind of understand why you would maybe want that in a pouch. But yeah, I don't see it. I don't understand. Yeah, it was crap. And I've got one more thing from Wayfarer to try, but hopefully that'll be nicer because it's not beans. But that'll do for today. This video's turned into a little bit of a rant, I'm not gonna lie. It's less a review and more a rant on why stuff like this is so bloody expensive, but there you go. You know, it happens. I hope you enjoyed it. And I enjoyed having you here. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, congratulations. Because you've got some some moxie, I tell you. So, but thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope yourselves have a fantastic day. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the wee bell to get notifications anytime a new video comes out. Like the video, leave me a comment. Tell me about if you've got a nice camping story. Tell me a nice camping story, and yeah, generally just go on all the socials and follow me and do all the things, you know, all the internety things. And yeah, I guess I will just see you in the next video. I've got 2 more camping things to try over the course of the next few weeks. So tune in and we'll see what they're like. But for now, that'll do us. And I love you guys. Thanks very much. I will catch you in the next one. Cheers.